everything that you do, you know you're looking at 10 years in prison potentially. Are you all ready, Mr.?
We are.
Okay. Diana, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 3264, State of Texas versus Matthew Salazar.
Ready.
Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
State.
Defense.
Public reporter.
Are you Mr. Salazar?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision and First Amendment motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorneys? With your attorney, did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Matthew Salazar who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 3264 for the offense of assault of a pregnant person on December 8, 2022 for a term of 10 years? Is that you? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, we're proceeding on the first violation under violation number 2. We're waiving and abandoning all others.
All right, so which violation?
The first paragraph.
If you all want to read that into the record. And I need a stamp, please, for a motion to revoke.
Violated condition number 2. On or about 13th day of February 2023 in Bear County, Texas. the defendant-
Everyone, you all need to whisper. We're on the record.
The defendant, Matthew Salazar, did then and there illegally use a controlled substance, namely methamphetamine, in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, ma'am.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000, and up to a $1,500 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Judge.
And what are you all requesting?
Your Honor, we're requesting that that he have to participate in a TAC evaluation. It's my understanding one hasn't been done up to this point. That he be referred for intensive outpatient treatment. That he have to call into the UA hotline, and then that a felony drug court referral be issued. And then we're hoping, obviously, it's been a little bit since this previous violation. We're hoping if he's given an opportunity out in the community, that if he can make these appointments and show that he's willing to participate forward, move forward in his probation and actually start taking accountability, that'll get him on the right track. We'd also ask that if any of these appointments moving forward don't happen, that indicates that he's not moving forward with his probation, that we'd issue an APR at a later date.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Matthew Salazar.
All right, so what's going on in your life? Why have you been using?
Well, to be honest, back at that point, back then, I just depressed. I lost everything. I lost my family.
Okay, you're gonna have to,
I lost everything. I was just depressed. You know what I mean? Somehow, somewhere along the line, I messed up, and I know consequences for my actions. And right now, I'm at a better point in my life. I have some kind of structure behind me. I have something to look. I have,
open your mouth.
I'm better point in my life right now, and I have some sort of structure behind me now to help me out, and it's something to look forward to. And
What's your structure that you have behind you now?
well, now I have my dad. He's back from. He was overseas. He's back now, and
Okay, so here's the thing. I know maybe you're nervous, but you're gonna have to open your mouth
Yes,
to
ma'am.
speak and stop mumbling,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
when you do that, guess what? I can't hear, court reporter
Yes,
can't
ma'am.
hear.
Oh no, my dad came back from overseas, so now he's here to help me out and get me on the right track. And I've been doing good. I got a job. I'm working.
What do you do?
I'm an electrician, and I work at a corner store at night.
All right, so when's the last time you used?
Not
I mean, here's the thing.
Oh,
You
no,
started your sentence with, to be honest,
yeah, no.
and your
I was gonna
attorney
say-
will tell you, usually when people say, well, to be honest, what's about
I
to
was-
follow is not honesty.
No, I was gonna say, not, Matt, I probably used it that 1 or 2 times, but I came out dirty, but I was smoked weed like before I got arrested.
Okay,
Around Peter.
all right. And probation?
Yes, Judge, I didn't hear his last answer.
Oh, he said he smoked weed.
Okay. Judge, in addition to everything that the state has mentioned, I would add sober support meetings.
Okay. All right, any questions from either counsel?
Nothing to finish, Judge.
All right, this is what the court is gonna order. The court is gonna order a TAP evaluation. That can be done out of custody. If you miss that TAP evaluation appointment, and there's not a good reason for it, by good reason, I mean, hey, I'm in the hospital, a warrant's gonna be issued for your arrest. You understand? You're gonna call into the UA hotline. Here's the thing about the UA hotline. When you call it, they may say, hey, you need to come in and do a test, right? And maybe you're at a job site and the job won't let you leave. So you're like, I'm just not gonna go do the UA hotline. Nope, what you need to do is you need to pick up the phone, call your probation officer and say, I'm at a job. This is when my lunch break will be today. Can I come in over my lunch break? You understand? There is going to be referral to felony drug court. And there's going to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And follow all TAP recommendations. Unless they're asking for inpatient treatment. We'll start with outpatient treatment if they're asking for inpatient treatment. With the referral to felony drug court, do not miss that appointment.
This one.
If he's accepted into felony drug court, then of course we won't need to follow the TAP recs. Is there anything else probation?
Judge, there have been times where under the court's direction, if we can't drop what he's doing at the job site, you allow 24 hours for that submission of the UA. Is that a case? Is that?
Yes. But the first thing he needs to do is call probation and make sure that you can't squeeze it in over your lunch break.
Yes, ma'am.
But under no circumstances is that UA to be performed after 24-hour time period. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything else probation?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am, I think I really need just help and support so I can get back on track.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Everything that you do, you know, you're looking at 10 years in prison potentially. So you're being given the tools, so perhaps you won't use. Everyone, when we're on the record, don't approach. People don't read that sign. All right, so you've been given the tools. If there's an issue and you see that you're gonna use in this court, you know what you should do? Pick up the phone and call probation. Pick up the phone, call your sponsor. You should get a sponsor, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if you feel like probation is not addressing your issue, you can always come back to the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
But above all things, don't just throw up your hands and say, whenever they pick me up, they pick me up. Because then things start piling up. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. And do I need to recall the warrant again? All right, and recall the warrant on this case, please. Yes, but you can put, no, don't reinstate the bond. Just recall the warrant. His case is over. So he shouldn't have a need to make a bond.
Can't we leave those to show lose it all?
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 2080A, State of Texas versus Shawana Canales. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Robert Grant for Ms. Canales.
And are you Ms. Canales?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt to Revoke Community Supervision and First Amended Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? And did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Are you the same Shawana Canales who was placed on deferred adjudication and 2023 CR 2080A for the offense of theft 2,500 to 30,000 on July 10th, 2023 for a term of 2 years. Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Violated condition number one, on or about the 25th day of February 2024 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant, Shawana Canales, committed the offense of possession of a controlled substance in violation of condition number one.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, we waive the other violations alleged in the motions.
Any objection?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number one, court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility,
Yes,
and up to a $10,000 fine?
yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number one?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number one true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, we're asking that you deny the motion, continue her on deferred, that she do a TAP evaluation in custody as well as a mental health evaluation in custody, that her supervision be extended for 3 months, that she be ordered to provide updated contact information and address, and that she report weekly for 60 days, Your Honor. Oh, and we'll take into consideration Night Mag 753-121, Your Honor.
All right, is that the proposed agreement, counsel?
It is, Judge. Ms. Canales would like me to let you know that she, of course, would prefer to have those evaluations done out of custody.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
I explained that, Judge.
All right, Ms. Canales, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Shawana Canales.
All right, why you're not doing well on probation?
I didn't want to even come over here to lie to you, ma'am. You know what I mean?
All right, so here's the thing, never start a sentence with, I don't want to come here to lie to you, because usually what follows is not the truth. Or either, in all honesty, usually what follows is not in all
I
honesty.
really know, I really got nothing. I can't lie to you. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I wasn't, you know what I mean? Cause I know that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do.
Why not? Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? You want to go to a state jail facility?
No, ma'am, I actually don't. I just, like I said, I just had, like I told Mr. Barons, I just had a grandson, my first grandson, so like my whole perspective of doing the prison is like,
People always do that when they have grandchildren. Everybody always comes in. You know what? People come in here with a grandchild. They come in here with a new job, best job ever. So again, that doesn't explain
no, that's what I'm
why.
saying. I really didn't come to lie to you because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do.
Why not?
I have nothing, like, I mean, I really, my mind wasn't in the right frame, you know what I mean? I wasn't on my medication, I.
So what's your mental health diagnosis?
I have been diagnosed with bipolar.
All right.
But I'm on my meds now, and like I said, my mind is, I really don't wanna go to.
Oh, nobody wants to go to prison.
Yes,
Even
ma'am.
people whose minimum sentence is 25. I've never had anybody to raise their hand and say, please, you know, like Charles Dickens, please, sir, may I go to prison?
Mhm.
Nobody ever wants to go to prison.
No,
All right. So the question becomes, what are we going to do with you? Number one, your TAP, if I follow this agreement, your TAP evaluation is going to be in custody.
okay,
All right. Probation,
Yes, Judge.
is this probation's agreement or recommendation?
Yes, Judge, I do want to. I do want to see about getting all of the evaluations done in custody, Judge.
Okay. All right, so the court will deny the motion. I'm gonna alternate, amend conditions to include the following. There's gonna be extension of 6 months. That extra 3 months is for punishment.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not for rehabilitation, it's for you to be punished.
Okay.
You could have been finished with this if you would have done right. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm gonna extend you for 6 months. There's to be a TAP evaluation and MIC evaluation in custody.
Okay.
There's gonna be the UA hotline until further notice. Do a referral to felony drug court. I know if she is accepted to felony drug court, it's gonna have to be extended further, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The reason why I'm recommending felony drug court is one, they have a dual diagnosis component. So they could help with mental health and they could also help with drug use.
Okay.
But also the MIC evaluation in custody is a long it's a long time for that. So we'll do a referral to felony drug court. All right, you're gonna provide your address to probation. And that's gonna be the address where you need to be, you understand?
Yes, sir.
There's gonna be field visits. 1 time per month until further notice. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And take in consideration night mag number 753121. Probation, is there anything else that's needed? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you don't want to potentially go to prison, then you need to do what's asked of you.
Yes, ma'am.
When there are, I think it's so simple when there are rules. If the rules are report monthly, then just report monthly. And you know what you should ask yourself each time you don't want to do something? Do I want to do this or would I like to potentially go to prison? If the answer is no, then you better do it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2024 CR 0208, State of Texas versus James Ryan Perales. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Roy Barrera Jr.
And are you Mr. Perales?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Perales, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication, community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the
I
indictment?
do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to, waiver, courts admonishments and defendants waivers and admonitions and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're charged with the offense of evading arrest or detention with the vehicle. That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Completely.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Totally.
Mr. Perales, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promise you that anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial, showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
It is, Judge.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. The state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
State offer states to the one and all defendants.
No objections?
All right, you may continue to confer. Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We're ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Absolutely, Judge. That's one of the brightest, cleanest, well-groomed young man that I've had the pleasure of representing lately. And he has a very bright future, college and beyond. So this was a situation that just escaped his better judgment, and he is taking full responsibility for what he's here for. And I have great hopes that he continues with his plans.
All right, so why are you doing something so foolish?
I wasn't thinking right, Your Honor. I don't believe I was thinking at all.
All right, so how old are you?
22, Your Honor.
Do you want to get a taste of prison life or jail life?
Not at all, Your Honor.
All right, so you're gonna have to start making better decisions. I don't know why today there's been a lot of evading cases that I received. Don't know what's going on with people. So the way you were driving, you could have ended up killing somebody. Or you could have killed yourself. Then your parents crying, right? Or either you killed somebody else and then you're not here for an evading, you're here for something else that is far more serious than just an evading. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what are your plans for your future?
I'm in college currently, Your Honor. I want to become a nurse. I also want to go to volunteer in clubs as well as other community groups within my college. So I want to go and become a member of the community so that way I can apply for scholarships and whatnot.
Okay, so how far are you in college? What year?
I'm in my first semester that's with, so I started college whenever COVID started and that's online strictly.
Mhm.
So that didn't do too well for me. So I had 3 attempts, but this is the last attempt where I will go and succeed.
Okay. So what courses are you taking?
Right now I'm taking one class, which is EDUC, because I had failed the other classes due to COVID.
Okay. All right, the court is going to sentence you to a $500 fine that will be probated, 2 years deferred adjudication. And I'm assuming, I've learned I should not make assumptions. Please tell me, you don't have any children, do you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No, not expecting.
No, ma'am.
Okay. I always ask that because you need to get yourself together before you start bringing another human onto the planet. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor, we agree.
All right, $500 fine probated, 2 years deferred adjudication, 120 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if he completes his degree.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. I don't know if 2 years will give you enough time to complete your degree. So if he completes his degree, then it will be waived. And also if he is a full-time student. So for me, one class is not going to get it. When I was in college, over the summertime, I took 12 hours. And each semester I took 24 hours because I quickly learned that when you get to a certain point, when I was in school, once you get to 12 hours a semester, anything over 12 hours was free. And I was like, hey, nobody should have told me that. So I was doing 24 hours a semester. And then I figured I was in high school. We had 6 classes. And in college, all they're asking you is Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and Tuesdays and Thursdays. I was like, how hard could it be?
Exactly.
So
Get with
for
it.
me, if you want credit and you haven't completed your degree, then you need to be in school full time. And I'll go easy on you, at least 9 hours. You
Yes.
understand? And then none of this W business. I learned about W's too when people said, oh, Stephanie, just withdraw. So if you start out at 12 hours and then you just slide in with a couple of W's, that will not count for me. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There'll be regular UAs. You can either do the regular UAs or you can do the patch. Your counsel will explain to you, patch costs more, but with the patch, they just put it on you. And then you come back and let them take it off. There is to be defensive driving. Proof of employment or full-time enrollment in school within 45 days. There's to be no employment with minors or as a home healthcare provider. If you go through your college and they want you to start doing an internship or something as a home healthcare provider, you can come back and ask the court. And I may allow it depending on how you've been doing on probation. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Field visits, 1 time per month for 2 months. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Your Honor, I have one question.
Sure.
Whenever I'm applying for jobs, do I have to go in and say yes for whenever I was convicted of a felony?
Well, this is not a conviction. What I can tell you is back in the day, when I was 21, which was 2 years ago. Okay. Yeah, last year. There used to be a time where you would fill out a job application and the only thing they would ask you is, have you been convicted of a felony before? And you could say no, because this is deferred adjudication. It's not a conviction, right? But now they go a step further on some applications. They ask, have you ever been placed on deferred adjudication? So if they ask you that, you have to be honest. If they ask you if you've ever been convicted, the answer to that is no, because this is not a conviction. You understand?
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
That's it, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 4260W and 2024 CR 4259W, State of Texas versus Renee Angel Cantu. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Lloyd Barrera Jr.
And are you Mr. Cantu?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, in each of these cause numbers, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge.
Everyone, please make sure you whisper. In each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cantu, in each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I sure did. Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number going to show you what's entitled waiver of indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Sure did, yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not to indict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right for your attorney to have 10 days to prepare for trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you understand you have a right, your attorney has a right for the passage of 2 days after the presentation of the information? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering into a plea bargain agreement in each of those cause numbers, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. And each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled information. Do you need some help?
It's for you.
What?
Or it's the notes after.
Oh, you want to say something?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Sorry about that.
no problem. All right, did you review the information with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am. Sure did, Your Honor.
Okay. Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented in each cause number? Okay. All right, in each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants' waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did, Your Honor.
And the cause number ending in 4260W, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 over 400 grams. Range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 10 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. And the cause number ending in 4259W, you're charged with manufacturing delivery of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 200 grams to 400 grams. The range of punishment is 10 years to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand,
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
counsel? All right. Just 1 second.
Yes.
Did you understand in each of these cause numbers, you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent?
I do understand, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea in each of these cause numbers, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Absolutely.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
No doubt in my mind.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Totally.
All right, Mr. Cantu, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
100%.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. In each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled the plea bargain agreement. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Okay. According to the plea, punishment is to the court and it's an open plea. The state is going to oppose your applications. Each cause number will run concurrently with each other. Is that correct?
Yes.
And those cause numbers are listed in the plea bargain agreement as CM 105822 and CM 105821. Do those numbers correspond with the waiver numbers?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Case they match up.
All right, and then in each cause number, the state is taking in consideration CM 104043, NIMAC number 712122, and 712121. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor, but can you off the record for the approach?
Sure. Oh, just 1 second. Can you mute us, please? And defense, if you'll come around. All right. So off the record, the state's attorney has informed me that the intake attorney actually did the plea paperwork. Is that correct, state?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, sure did.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Pardon?
Have there been any such motions?
No, no, Judge. I have not.
All right. Then in cause number 2024 CR 4259W, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
And then in cause number 2024 CR 4260W, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State, any evidence?
State offer states one, into evidence of states one and all attachments in both cause numbers,
And announce for the record.
and Neil Cordero for the state of Texas.
All right. Going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations in each cause number. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each cause number, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. And if you could meet us, please. Each cause number, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And each cause number, the court will find you guilty. I need a sentencing date, TAP evaluation, and PSI. All right.
Do it sooner.
Hmm?
I can do it sooner or
The
later.
only problem is this is the length of time we're given for them to have PSIs ready. So let me see.
Fine.
All right, June 11th. Then we'll come back on June 11th. Probation, this is a TAP evaluation and a PSI. And then the court will make its decision on your application based upon whatever evidence is presented to me and based upon the TAP and the PSI.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Judge, may I put something else on the record briefly?
Yes,
It's an open, felon in possession of a firearm case, cause number 2024 CR 1090 attributed to this defendant. That case is going to be dismissed as part of this plea bargain agreement, but it's not going to be taken into consideration.
Okay.
As the defendant is just not going to plead true to that. I just wanted to put that on the record. That way, in case, I'm not here to handle the plea or, I just want to make sure that's on the record. That way it gets done.
all right, so it's not a part of the plea bargain agreement, correct?
It is a part of the plea bargain agreement. It's just not getting taken into consideration.
It's being dismissed outright, Judge.
It is being dismissed.
Another
outright.
defendant has been convicted and accepted responsibility for that.
And so it will be dismissed for once this plea is taken.
Is there a reason why I can't be dismissed now?
No, no reason at all.
I don't understand. If it's not being taken in consideration, then,
I'll go ahead and submit a dismissal for it now.
okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Our next issue.
Oh, yeah. Remember, we were here this morning on his asking the court for reconsideration on this GPS.
Yes. May we hear that?
We can hear that, but what I can tell you is I've read the facts of this. You should probably still be on GPS. It's really for your benefit
Okay.
as well.